Hello and welcome to the Magic Stargazing for the Tropical South. Whether you're living in the Tropical South or you are visiting the Southern Hemisphere savannas, this is a practical guide that will help you to explore the night skies in March. This video features visuals from the Stellarium app, accessible online via this link. The illustrations depict the night sky as seen about 6 degrees south of equator, around mid-March between 9 and 10 p.m. This guide is intended to serve viewers in urban areas as well as dark sky areas. To facilitate this, we start by identifying objects bright enough to be seen by urban viewers and then use those objects to find dimmer objects. By using this star hopping method, you can enjoy stargazing from the backyard of your home in a city and prepare for the objects to watch if you get a chance to visit dark sky areas. If you are in an urban area, look for the darkest place you can find, ideally away from direct lights to get the best view. The main constellation chosen for March in this episode is Carina, the keel of the ship, which is at the time and date of this guide found in the southern sky. In addition to finding Carina, we will see 4 more constellations in the southern sky, namely Puppis, Vela, Dorado, and the Crux. We'll also see the large Magellanic cloud galaxy and the asterisms False Cross, Diamond Cross, Southern Cross, and the Southern Pointer stars. In the western sky, we will start with the winter hexagon and winter triangle asterisms and proceed to see the constellation Canis Major, Canis Minor, Gemini, Auriga, Taurus, and Orion. We'll turn north to see 4 zodiac constellations, including Cancer and Leo. We'll also see the Spica of Leo and the Big Dipper asterisms. In the eastern sky, we'll see the constellation Corvus, the crow. Corvus is also known as the sail or the Spica of Spica asterism. Towards the end, we will look at the position of the planet Jupiter in March 2026 in the northern sky. In the course of finding these objects, we'll see several bright stars, but most importantly for evening stargazers in the tropical south, March showcases the 4 brightest stars: Sirius, Canopus, Rigil, Centaurus, and Arcturus, together with the northern and southern pointer stars all at the same time. Let us begin by finding Carina in the southern sky. Turning south and raising your eyes, you will see a very bright star midpoint towards overhead somewhere here. This star is called Canopus, the second brightest star in the night sky. Raising your eyes further to overhead, you will see an even brighter star here. This is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. From Canopus in the leftward direction, there are several bright stars. Out of these, you can see these 4 clearly from a backyard in a city. They give a shape of a big cross looking like this. This pattern touches the False Cross asterism at the lower end here, beneath which is the Diamond Cross asterism, and further down is the Southern Cross asterism here. Now, the constellation Carina, the keel of the ship, touches the star Canopus on one end and the Diamond Cross on the other end, looking like this. Above Carina, on the right is the constellation Puppis, which represents the stern of the ship here, while the constellation Vela, that represents the sails of the ship, is also above Carina on the left here. If we extend the line from Sirius through Canopus downwards and another line from the Diamond Cross westwards, they intersect roughly at the large Magellanic cloud galaxy here. The Large Magellanic Cloud is a satellite galaxy of our own galaxy, the Milky Way, about 160,000 light years away. This galaxy appears as a fuzzy patch of light, marking the spot where the tail of Dorado, the swordfish, ends. Dorado starts here and extends in the westward direction like this. The Southern Cross asterism is the Crux constellation. Beneath the Crux, on the left side, are 2 very bright stars. The one below, which is brighter, is Rigil Centaurus, the 3rd brightest star in the night sky, and the closest bright star about 4.3 light years away. The other one is Hadra, the 11th brightest star in the night sky, which is a massive blue-white star system lying about 390 light years away. Rigil Centaurus and Hadra star are referred to as the southern pointer stars because they point to the Southern Cross. To find the true south, draw a line through the long axis of the Southern Cross and intersect it with the perpendicular line down from the midpoint between the two pointer stars. Where those two lines meet is the south celestial pole. From here, let's now turn west. Looking west between horizon and overhead, to the right are the bright stars of the northern hemisphere winter, forming the winter hexagon asterism. Close to overhead, in the middle here, find the brightest star in the night sky, Sirius. Now trace a line to the distinctly bright star Procyon in the up rightward direction like this, then proceed to the next bright star Pollux like this, then down rightward direction like this to Capella. Next is in the left downward direction to a bright reddish star Aldebaran here, then in the left upward direction to Rigel here, and lastly back to Sirius to complete the winter hexagon asterism. The red supergiant Betelgeuse is inside the winter hexagon here, and together with Sirius and Procyon, they form the winter triangle looking like this. Rigel marks the knee of the constellation Orion, the Hunter, which looks like this. Behind the Hunter is the greater dog, the Canis major constellation marked by the star Sirius here, and the lesser dog, Canis minor constellation marked by the star Procyon here. Close to Pollux is the star Castor, which together they form the heads of Gemini, the twins. The bodies of the twins run in the down leftward direction like this. Capella is in the constellation Auriga, the charioteer, which looks like this, and Aldebaran is in the constellation Taurus, the bull, which looks like this. To the left of Orion is the constellation Lepus, the rabbit here, being chased by the greater dog. Turning north, let's identify the zodiac constellations. We have seen Taurus and Gemini while looking west already. High up to the right, find two distinctly bright stars here. Together with these two stars are other less bright stars that can be traced to get a shape of a sickle. This is the sickle of Leo asterism, which forms the front part of the lion. The rest of the lion's body is in the rightward direction, looking like this. This completes the shape of the constellation Leo, the lion. Between Gemini and Leo, there is another zodiac constellation named Cancer, whose stars are not as easy to see like those of the other constellations. With Cancer added, now we are looking at the second to the fifth constellations of zodiac, running from west to east along the ecliptic in the northern celestial sphere. Further down in the northeastern sky, look for the seven stars forming the Big Dipper asterism here. The two stars at the west end of the Big Dipper are referred to as the northern pointer stars because if you extend the line connecting them in the downward direction like this, it will take you to the North Star, which is roughly located at the North Celestial Sphere. From our tropical south viewpoint, the North Star is below the horizon. In the eastern sky, just above the horizon, to the left is the orange red giant Arcturus, the fourth brightest star in the night sky. Up to the right is a whitish bright star, Spica. If we extend the line from Arcturus to Spica and further up like this, you will hit a very distinct quadrilateral pattern made by the constellation Corvus, the crow here. This constellation is also referred to as Spica's spanker or the sail asterism. As I said at the beginning, March is a special month for evening stargazing in the tropical south because we are able to see the first four brightest stars as well as the northern and southern pointer stars. Look south to see the four brightest stars, namely Sirius, Canopus, Regional Taurus, and Arcturus. Then look east to see the southern pointer stars and the northern pointer stars. Each of the objects we have talked about from the beginning to this point remain at fairly the same position in the middle of March around 9 to 10 p.m. 6 degrees south of equator. This is because stars and galaxies are so far away they do not seem to move at all in our lifetime. Planets, on the other hand, keep changing their position relative to other objects, which is the reason they were considered to be wanderers. In March 2026, Jupiter is visible at the time of this guide guide in the northern sky. It is the brightest object located in the constellation Gemini. Jupiter is ending its retrograde motion that began November 11, 2025 on March 11, 2026. Thus, if we watch Jupiter day by day, you will note that its apparent westward motion against the background stars is becoming slower and slower until March 11, 2026, when it stops and slowly resumes its eastward motion. That brings us to the end of our brief stargazing guide in the tropical south for March. It is my hope that you have found it helpful. If so, please like. I will also appreciate your comments. Thank you for watching.